Hi, I'm Ron Allen. I'm a certified Tai Chi and Qigong instructor here in the beautiful Blackstone Valley. And I'd like to first thank and let everybody know how appreciative I am of the local cable here doing this, along with the Northbridge Senior Center. Good. All right. So what I'm going to do is a weekly show, and they're going to be half hour at a time. I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed if you've never even heard of Tai Chi before. Tai Chi is a slow-moving form of exercise. We're going to learn a little bit about the history of it, and I'm going to go into the different aspects of it where there is a meditation aspect to it. There is a martial art aspect. We're not going to dwell into that. I focus more on the balance and the meditation part of Tai Chi. So with that being said, when I mentioned Qigong earlier, Qigong is actually, it's called the grandfather of Tai Chi. It is maybe 1,000 years older than Tai Chi itself, and that is really just a more exercise and the connection with the body, with the mind, sort of combined together. So you're able to, and we say now, get into the zone. So there's a lot of correlation when you see different things during the class when I talk about it, how it connects to modern day. So even though thousands of years ago they were under stress, they needed to exercise, they wanted to understand more internally what's going on. So don't worry, relax. Again, if you've never done Tai Chi before, or if you've done some yoga or karate, I get students in that have a little background of different forms. And what I try to come across the idea that they're all from the same tree. So there's some basics to all of them. And I guess one of the first basics we talk about is that the breath. So I could do a whole show just on different breathing techniques. But I did a little bit of a interview here when the Senior Center had their show. I came on as a guest, and we talked about the immune system, and I showed them a few things how to boost the immune system. And one of them is just a simple breathing technique. So with that one, and I guess we can get right into that. The other thing, too, I'd like to say before we start is that if you do have any conditions or hesitant or with anything, it's like check with your doctor. All right. I'm not going to recommend any certain moves. I tell everybody, listen to your body. You're as much a teacher as I am. You're teaching your body how to respond, how to just feel better. So listen to your body and see what's right for you. Okay. We got that out of the way. And let's begin with some breathing techniques. So let's put one hand on the stomach, okay? And one hand upper chest. Oh, I'm going to block my microphone now, but one hand up here. And just take a couple breaths in and breaths out. And just see if you notice which hand's doing most of the moving. And if most Americans, again, we're shallow breathing, it's called. It's a shortness. We're only using the whatever percentage capacity of the lungs because we're just filling up here. Now, when you think about internally what's happening is there's a diaphragm muscle. And what that does, it actually pulls down. So when it pulls down, it expands out. And don't worry, you're not going to, you say you want to lose weight or look good, you're not going to get a big Buddha belly from this breathing technique. But when the stomach, when the diaphragm pulls down, the stomach expands. And what I try to do is visualize not just blowing out, but the sides opening up as well. So let's do that again. Hand on the stomach, hand up here. And just be aware now, when we take our breath in, we're going to drop it down and we're going to expand out on the lower. Ready? So exhale. And that's when you can push in a little bit and squeeze that belly and kind of scoop it up. Now hold that tightness and now expand. Remember, we wanted to breathe up here now. And exhale. And then relax both upper and lower. So that technique right there is getting all that stale air that's causing problems, let's just say, up and out, and we're bringing in the fresh air. So it's a nice cleanse. So, and at the beginning, I would say, let's just do this 3 times. So let's just do it one more time. So just so we're being aware, good firm, breath in, expand the stomach. So exhale, hold that squeeze, breath in, and release. So if you did that 2 or 3 times a day, it's a nice way to kind of get a cleanse going. There's so many things out there, and you want to find what's right for you. So when I'm saying just be an open-minded skeptic with a lot of the techniques and the theory behind them and the different moves that we do, okay? Like I said, it's been around thousands of years, so there's something to it, okay? Great. All right, so the other avenue I want to address is different people. Everybody's different with either a medical condition or a physical disability or whatever. So if you're stuck in, say, a wheelchair, or you just, have trouble with balance, Tai Chi is wonderful for balance. I had a student come in with the vertigo, and his doctor recommended that he find a Tai Chi class. I told him, I said, you got a really good doctor that he's open-minded enough to say, let's try alternative types of medicines with it. So, and he saw a lot of improvement with that. All right, so what we're going to do now is move over to show you some variations of exercises where you can do them sitting down. So again, we talked a little bit about the breathing technique, and I showed you that exercise where you can feel the lungs expand and that diaphragm drop and then squeeze in. We're moving the air. We're getting that stale air up and out and bringing in fresh air. So another exercise that we can do is just gently, it's just called let's start, I always say from the head down. So we start from the head, and you can just, again, front, drop it down. And you want to go, there's sort of an unwritten rule in Tai Chi, it's a 70-30 rule. So again, I'm not trying to overstretch anything, but I'm being conscious and being aware of the move. Same thing, when the side to side. I'm just turning. And they can incorporate the breathing. Rule number 1, remember to breathe. Second rule is nobody falls down. Good. All right. And then some gentle shoulder rolls. And we're going to do both directions, so it doesn't, if you started off with a forward roll, that's fine. But it's just up and down, and then reverse a few times. Very good. All right, there's another exercise we can do for the wrists. Make the hands together like that and just roll them around. Now the second half of this, don't overthink it. I know I had that problem. We're going to reverse it. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, reverse. And sometimes you might have to stick your tongue out to get it to go, but whatever works. And it takes a while to learn. Again, I don't want anybody, we're going to, again, the shows, we're going to have a few of them where we're going to go a little bit deeper when we show the moves. But right now, we're just warming up. And is it a Tai Chi exercise? I don't know. I've seen professional ball players and golfers. They're doing some warm-up. So maybe they know Tai Chi, maybe they don't. Okay? One of the other things you can do sitting down is we call it like a slow motion hula hoop. So you're just kind of getting the hips involved. So if you have difficulty standing or a balance issue, this can be done sitting down. Great. The other thing you can do is with the knees. You can sit maybe a little bit more on the edge of the chair, or if you have a stool or whatever. But movement is medication. Remember that. So any type of movement. Good. Same idea. I don't know if the camera will pick up, but you can just roll your ankles in both directions. All right, so that's a nice sort of a head to toe exercise. Now I'm going to stand up and show you another variation. So the chair is just there as sort of a cane, a crutch, or whatever, just for balance, just so I'm not having to think about my balance so much. I'm nice and steady. And it's just a nice, easy front to back. And then you can add the side to side, side. So I stand out a little bit more, side to side. And this is a nice exercise. Again, we do it on both sides. So you just switch sides with the front to back and the tap to tap. And these are great exercises to help you with that. I don't want to say the goal is, but if you can get to where you don't need the stool or the chair or holding on to a table, whatever you got, and you can just do that, tap, tap. So we're going to, again, have something to shoot for. And don't think it's going to happen next week. All right? Use the chair. It's training wheels. So use the chair and just have it there. You're not gripping it. It's not 100% there for you. It's just there as a guide. Okay? Good. All right. So let's get the chair off to the side. We don't use it right now. Okay? And let's go a little bit more. I'm going to stand up. I'll stay standing and show you a few more moves. So one of the first moves that we learn as a warm-up, it's called ringing the temple bell. And what that one is just, again, I'm incorporating the breath. Nice breath in, breath out. Don't worry too much about that whole diaphragm and stomach and upper and all that. Just breathe. Just a nice breath in, breath out. And the sort of backstory to this one is, it's that gong, gong. So you can do this in the chair if you want as well. All right, a couple of other variations. You can come up on the toe and get more of a twist. Something like that. And see how I'm turning the whole body with this one? Or you can stay more this core, this center that we're looking at, and twist. But see how the shoulders are relaxed. And the arms, I'm not doing this at all. All right. The other name for this I came up is kids on the playground. And if you've ever seen a 7-year-old kid and you ask them, it's like, did you take that cookie off the table? He'd be like, and they're just loosey-goosey. That's the feeling we want to get when we're doing this exercise. It's a great warm-up. Get the chi flowing. Chi is another name for energy. The chi is in the blood, so get the blood flowing. Again, we hear these sayings in our culture, but they originated back ancient time, okay? When they understood things a little differently, but they understood there was an energy, there was a force in the body, that what made it, and same thing with the meditation. You can go so deep with meditating that you're thinking about what is that, who's that voice inside of me? So, again, we'll get into all these different things. It's thousands of years old. I don't know everything. There's no way I can teach everything in a half an hour. So we're going to stick to some basics. So the first warm-up we did was that ringing the temple bell, and I showed you some variations. I showed you could do it in the chair. The other one we did was the warm-up, the head-to-toe warm-up, we called that one. And now, and then we also did the wrist warm up with the reversed. Got a little bit of the mind thinking about different moves. So the other basic idea with Tai Chi, they call it heavy foot, light foot. And again, that incorporates that 70-30 rule. So if this was my heavy foot and I shift the weight, and it's a little difficult to pick up when you're watching a CD or a video or anything like that, but if I explain things, and a lot of times I had to have things explained to me multiple times before I got that aha moment. So heavy foot, now the weight's going to shift. So at a brief moment, it's 50-50, and then it drops back down into this is the heavy foot, and this is the light foot. So let's just practice that shifting the weight. And remember to breathe. Keep the arms loose, okay? You want to have a little space in between the arms. You want to have the knees slightly bent. The other thing to remember, they call it a golden thread, or you want to visualize a rope coming out of the crown chakra, and the bottom is like an anchor tied to the tailbone, dropping that down. So you're elongating the spine. There's a skeleton over here for a Halloween prop. I probably should have him do the demo. So we're just shifting that weight 70-30. And the idea is, again, with the martial art application of it, just to explain a little bit. So there's the weight shift. So here's the heavy foot. Here's the light foot. Now the light foot can come up. You can trip them. You can, step back out of the way. Or you could bring it up and do a kick, something like that. So again, just so you know a little bit of a back. So we're going to build on this. This is a foundation move, okay? From here, we're going to shift that weight, and we're going to turn the body. So see how, remember that ringing the temple bell? Similar. I'm getting a core strength. I'm shifting. I'm turning the body, which is making the arms move. And that's going to be very important when we go into all the other different moves that you see on television. You see in movies. There's a lot of movies out there where they do a little shot with the actors doing Tai Chi classes, and you see them in the park, and they're out doing Tai Chi, and they're doing all the different nice moves. So, but the basic is the basic, the shifting the weight, and then we add the shifting the weight, the turning the body. Good. All right, just bounce and shake a little bit. So the other basic move, and this is with the hands now, and it's that 70-30 rule applies here as well. So as this is called holding the ball. Okay? So again, there's a lot of visualization with Tai Chi. So visualize we're holding like a beach ball, okay? And the idea is as this top hand starts to come down, the bottom hand is going to start to come up, and you want them to meet palm to palm and continue with the lower one as the other hand comes upper. And here's my 70-30. I'm not up here trying to change a light bulb and getting that stretch. It's just a nice hands down, hands up, 70%. Now watch, you ready? Here's the trick. Ka-ching. Now you're set up for hand down, hand coming up. They meet palm to palm. And there's my almost up to where I want to be. The ka-ching again. So hand down, hand up, ka-ching, hand down as this one comes up. Another way to get this one, there's a learning technique. It's called muscle memory. So once you have this and you're not thinking about, okay, where's the wrist? What do I do? Where's this one? How far low? And you just get it. So you're doing it. And I use like an antidote. I don't know, when you go food shopping, You get your cart, you walk down, you know the grapes are there, you push around the corner, you grab what this is, ever down on this shelf is what you need for next. So, and before you know it, you're checking out and you're pushing the cart, and you don't remember. You just, again, that muscle memory, you're going through things. Or if you ever just get in your car and you drive somewhere and you're not overthinking anything about the whole drive, you're aware of the situation around you, any intersections or cars coming or sirens, things like that. But you're focused internally and you're able to complete the task. So when we got this down to where it's muscle memory, now we can take this move or any move a deeper level, and that's that internally. So you visualize the energy, and again, the chi is the energy, and you could go a little bit deeper if anybody knows what meridians are, energy pathways, chakras. I think I mentioned that word already. I don't know if I have, but chakras, people might know what those are, or energy centers in the body. So all these things were discovered and evolved, and they're still around today. So there is a lot of proof to it. And now with technology, and they're able to, the camera imaging and all that, where they can pick up an aura, or they're able to just scan and measure energy more in the body. Because when you think about it, you're kind of a battery in a way. So you go a little bit deeper, that internal bit. And then the third phase, and again, it takes a while to get there. And when I say a while, it's years for some people. That higher level, that connecting to source, that Zen feeling, I guess, where it's true Zen feeling, where you're in the zone, or even a deeper type idea. So those are some of the moves right there, that the basics, that shifting that weight, that turning the body that we talked about. And then we add the holding the ball. So all these things with any move that I'm showing you in the series that we're going to do, where I don't want to overcomplicate things, and just break it down to all you have is a right hand, a left hand, a right foot, and a left foot. And all these moves are just a combination thereof. And a lot of the moves, you'll notice, if one foot's heavy, one foot's light. One hand is up, one hand is down. And they're going to just shift, wait, we're going to turn the body, we're going to shift and turn. So these moves, what I'll do, just for this first show, I wanted to kind of do the 50,000-foot view of what's ahead, and kind of what Tai Chi is, and a little background. So with that being said, let's go a little bit of background with the energy center. So we're going to work with the three basic ones. There's a lower energy center, and I don't want to throw a lot of words at you, but it's the Dantian. Then there's the heart center. I don't want to hit my mic. Heart center. And the third center is the wisdom center, the knowledge center. Yoga people call it the third eye. So there's different names, and I don't want to get people too caught up with names and definition, because that just puts everything into a box. So the lower Dantian, let's find it. Everybody has one, because everybody has a belly button. Find your belly button. We're going to measure, and this is how they used to measure back then, I guess, how they measure horses like that. So you measure with your 3 fingers. Okay, measure down. Now visualize in the width of 2 fingers inward. And that's your Dantian. That's your power center. That is what is known as you connecting to you. Your gut feeling, as we say over here. So it's like, I don't know if I should eat that leftover chicken. And okay, gut says don't do it. The heart center, again, it's you connecting to others. So again, in our society, we see it, or all over the world. People, oh, what a nice guy, and they hold it. Oh, my sweetheart. and it's you connecting to others. The third one is that third eye or the knowledge center, the wisdom center. That's you connecting to source. And whatever source is for you, Mother Nature, your big toe, I don't care, whatever's out there that's more than just you. And we see it in the movies, and it's like, ay, 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 show me a sign. And there's something out there, and you're connecting to it. So those are the three power centers that we're going to work on when we start showing more of the moves. And we're going to focus again on the breath. We're going to focus on that core feeling and that shifting that weight, turning the body. So until next time, everybody practice this move, or just practice your breathing move, or just practice that shifting that weight, turning the body. All right, very good. Until next time.